Okay, I want to tell you a bear story. So, 29 years ago, I moved up here from Waco, Texas, and I'm out there west of Kalispell, way west of Kalispell, bow hunting. First year I've been up here. First year bow hunt, and I was camping out in my car, a little bitty Subaru compact GL, seats that lie down. I had them folded down, sleeping in the car. Been out camping 2 nights, and first night after hunting all day, I found these big old tracks around this water hole about a mile back down this logging road, and I didn't know if it was moose tracks or elk tracks, so I stayed till way after shooting light was over, and just to see what it was coming to this water hole, hoping it was an elk. I wasn't going to shoot him in the dark, but at least I'd know I wasn't wasting my time if it was moose. And so nowadays I can tell the difference a lot better, but 29 years ago. So anyway, the second day I wind up way back there at that little, it's only like 14 foot across mud hole, but it's got these big old elk tracks and moose tracks around it. So I wait again till shooting light. I'm sitting there, and then shooting light's gone, and now I'm waiting, and it's getting pretty dadgum dark, and I got a mile to hike back to the car. And so I head back a little earlier. The night before, I'd waited till like 20 minutes after shooting light before I started walking back. So I walked back the whole time way in the wind, way in the dark. And so this time I'm walking back through this clear cut for most of the way, and I can see fairly well out in this big clear cut, but it's dark, and it's not pitch dark. So I'm hiking along, got my little day pack, got my bow, and I'm walking along, and I'm thinking, like in a movie or something, if I was to run into a bear, and I got this leather bow glove on my left hand, I'm left-handed, it'd be hard to get my trigger finger in the trigger guard of that 44 Magnum and pull the trigger. So as I'm walking along, I pull the leather bow thing off my trigger finger. I can feel the cool air on it. It's a pretty warm day. And about that time, I top this rise in the road, and I can see the forest now. And it's so dark now that the forest is just black, and I can see this gray tunnel going into the forest where this logging road goes into the forest ahead of me about 80, 90 yards. And there's a black bear in the road. Looks like he's blocking the whole road. 450, 500-pound black bear, and I just froze, hit my knees. I said, the black bears don't get that big. That's not right. And it looked like a black Angus cow laying in the road without legs. And so I knelt down. I'm looking at this bear. He's like 80 yards away, and he's pointed uphill and eating grass right in the middle of the road. And I think, man, what should I do? Go around him, just back up, give him time. My car's just a couple hundred yards past him, though, and I'm going to go home tonight. And I'm thinking, well, if I go around him uphill, I might run into him if he goes up the hill. And then if I go around him downhill, I'll be in these blowdowns and stumps. I thought, man, my wife at the time, she probably already forgot what road I'm on and when I'm supposed to be back. I'm thinking, I don't want to spend the night in a tree back here somewhere. I'm thinking, well, I'll just scare him off. That's what I'll do. Brilliant idea. So it's my first year in Montana. I've never run into a big bear like this before. I don't hunt bears. I like looking at them. And anyway, I lay my bow down. I got my 44 Magnum Ruger Bisley, and I think that's what I'll do. I'll just shoot up in the air and scare him off. And so I pull out that Ruger 44 Magnum, I aim it up in the air, and I crank one off. And it's so dark, orange flame comes out of the barrel about 7 feet. Boom! I aimed it his way, at a 45 degree. And that bear he looks at me, looks that way, and then he bolts up the side of the mountain, goes uphill, and you can hear his feet slapping on the earth. Just bang, pow, pow. He's running through, crashing into trees and branches breaking, and he keeps going, keeps going. I hear him run plumb out of earshot. I said, oh, he's gone. He's gone, man. I scared that bear to death. He's going to run into the next county because I just shot this big 44 Magnum over his head. I said, there you go. So I put another cartridge in the gun, fill it back up, get a little mini mag light out of my day pack, and I said, wait a minute, it's like, okay, he's gone. So I put my day pack back on, and I got my bow in my right hand. I'm left-handed. I got the gun in my left hand, and I take off walking, and I'm getting closer to the woods, and I don't walk very far, and I'm almost to the woods that he was in the road. The road goes into the trees, and I hear him coming back down the mountain. Bam, bam, feet slapping on the earth, trees breaking, limbs popping, snapping. I thought, man, this can't be. That can't be. This bear's crazy. And he comes barreling out of the forest, which is pitch black, out in the middle of the road, and stops about 50 yards from me and looks at me. And I thought, man, this bear is nuts. And so I'm going to shoot over his head, so I shine my little light on him. I got the light and my bow in my right hand. I shine that little light on him, and I'm going to shoot over his head about 3 feet, and he sees that light hits his eyes. He turns and bolts back up the mountain. He's gone again. Crash, boom, bam, hear him slapping his feet on the earth, tree limbs breaking, snapping. I hear him run all the way over the hill. He's gone now. I said, well, now, he ran up there the first time, didn't like the way he acted. He was embarrassed because he ran off at that gunshot. So he come back down here to show me who's boss. He's not afraid of me. But now he's seen the light. He's seen pickup trucks out here before. He knows I'm a man. Now he's going to run into the next county. No problem. All right. So I take about 5 more steps after I hear him run out of earshot. And all of a sudden, crash, boom, bam, I hear him coming back down again. I said, oh, you got to be kidding me. And sure enough, crash, boom, bam. Now I'm in the trees in that dark road, and it's so dark I can't even see 7 feet into the woods this way. And he comes crashing out into the road about 35, 40 yards in front of me, bows up sideways with his back all hunched up like a cat, and starts walking down the road cockeyed sideways at me. I said, man, this bear is nuts. And so I just thumbed the hammer on that 44. Boom! I shot about 3 feet over his head. Orange flame comes out the barrel 9 feet. He just bolts up the mountain. This time, I don't mess around. I hear him tear off up that mountain, and every bone in my body wanted to run for the cars just around the corner. Now it's only about 100 yards around the corner. But I thought, Kurt, the only way you know that bear's coming is when you hear him coming. You can't make any noise. So I took huge, giant steps as quietly as I could, these big old, huge, long strides, and I'm fanning my gun and the flashlight at the woods as I go along. And I make it to the car. I throw my bow on the roof of the car. I got the car keys in my teeth. Open the door, dive in the car, slam the door. I said, oh my God, that bear's crazy. What's the matter with that bear? Doesn't he know this is a 44 Magnum, most powerful handgun in the world until not lately, but now it used to be. Anyway, I'm sitting there going, wow, that bear's crazy. And then I'm sitting there thinking, I wonder if I can back up, do a 3-point turn, drive out of here about 500 yards without my bow falling off the roof of the car. I was like, no, man, you got to get out and get your bow off the roof of the car. Well, the bear had just been right around the corner about 60, 70 yards the last time he ran back up the mountain. So I put another cartridge in my gun, filled it back up, got a bigger flashlight. Doug got a bigger flashlight. And I get out, and I'm holding the flashlight and that 44 Magnum, aiming at the trees, got my back against the car, grab the bow back there, throw it in the back seat, dive back in the car. I'm like, woo, I made it, thank God. Oh, now I didn't have to spend the night in a tree. I'm going to make it home safe and sound. Thank God. That bear is nuts. Oh, so I start putting home, and I'm thinking, wow. Well, you always wondered what happened. If you run into a bear, you move up here to Montana. You've seen some bears, but you ran into one. I said, well, you didn't do too bad. You didn't shoot the bear and wound him. You didn't get mauled, and you didn't spend the night in a tree. You did all right. So I keep driving. I'm driving back to Kalispell. It takes a long time to drive down out of the mountains, and it takes about 2 hours for me to get down out of the mountains and then back to my home in Kalispell. And all the way back, I'm thinking, Well, yeah, you did pretty good, really. You know, you didn't spend the night in a tree in the woods. You didn't shoot the bear, or you didn't wound him and then leave him out there wounded for somebody else to have to go deal with him the next day. You did all right. Well, by the time I got home, I was thinking, oh, you did great, man. Really. You know, you ran the bear off. You handled it probably as good as the mountain men used to handle it, man. You did great. Didn't even scare you that much, I don't think. So I get in the house, I'm thinking, yeah, it didn't even scare me that bad. I did great. And so I go in my home, and my wife at the time, she says, "Oh, you got something, didn't you?" I said, "No." She says, "You look like you got something." I said, "No, I didn't get it." So I go in and I tell them about the story and all that, and tell them how I almost had this big old shootout with this bear, and he kept running down the mountain, coming back out in the road. So anyway, I'm filthy dirty. Been camping in the car for 2 days, hunting in bow season, and it's hot. I'm gonna go take a shower. So I go in the bathroom and I start peeling off my shirt and everything. I look in the mirror and my forehead is wrinkled up like Burt Reynolds. It's just wrinkled up. My eyes and my scalp's way back about another half inch. And I'm just like, and I can't get it down. I'll pull it down and it goes right back up like that. I said, well, I guess it scared you a little more than you thought it did. So 2 hours after I had the bear run down the mountain 2 or 3 times at me, my whole countenance was, just like this right here, like, yeah, it was a bear. Nice big one, huge bear. But the fact that I could not keep my eyebrows down, let go of them, and they go right back up. So anyway, it's all good. A bear in the road. And that's what you get. You keep hiking out after dark, and sooner or later you'll run into another bear, and then you'll start walking out when there's sunshine. So please subscribe to my channel and share it and comment and all that good stuff. I hope y'all are having a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Adios. Well, let's see if I can turn this thing off. All right, adios again.